Hi everyone, I am Dr. Anisha and I welcome you to my channel. In the last video, we discussed few developmental non-odontogenic cysts, and today I shall be discussing some of the inflammatory non-odontogenic cysts which are very important from examination point of view, and also you shall be observing them in your dental clinical practice. So the cysts which we are gonna cover today are mucus extravasation cyst, ranula and mucus retention cyst. But before starting the discussion, I would like you to kindly subscribe my channel for further videos. Now, as I told you, we shall be studying some of the inflammatory non-odontogenic cyst. But before starting, I want you to understand the basic concept behind inflammatory non-odontogenic cyst. These cysts can be categorized into two types. Firstly, true cysts and others are pseudocysts. As the name says, true cysts will be lined by the epithelial lining. Like in contradiction, your pseudocysts will not be lined by any kind of epithelium. So this is the basic difference. And the second most important thing to be kept in mind is your inflammatory non-odontogenic cyst will always, in majority of the cases will be caused by some of the physical or mechanical trauma. All right. So this was a very brief introduction about inflammatory non-odontogenic cyst. Now in this category, we shall be dealing with some of the inflammatory non-odontogenic cysts under the category of salivary cysts. So basically, these inflammatory non-odontogenic cysts are concerned with the major and minor salivary glands of the oral cavity. Alright, so they are generally of two types. Firstly, as I told you, the first one will be your mucus extravasation cyst, and secondly, it will be mucus retention cyst. We shall be dealing with both of them in the further discussion. And the most important thing to be kept in mind is your salivary cysts basically comprises of 6 to 9% of all the salivary gland diseases. So this was a very brief introduction about salivary cysts, and now we shall be moving on with two different kinds of cysts, which are mucus extravasation cyst and mucus retention cyst. So the first cyst under salivary cyst which we are going to cover today is your mucus extravasation cyst. Now if we look at the term, agar main is term ko observe karu, the first word is mucus, alright. Then the second word is your extravasation, that means spillage or spilling of the content, okay, and it creates a kind of cyst, so that is why the name is your mucus extravasation cyst, okay. The other term which we use for mucus extravasation cyst is your mucocele, although mucocele is the term which we use very frequently for both mucus retention cyst and mucus extravasation cyst, but there is a slight difference between both of them. So the most common word which we use for mucus extravasation cyst is mucocele. Now mucus extravasation phenomenon and mucus escape phenomenon. Alright, and now coming to prevalence, it is considered as the most common benign lesion of the salivary gland. So out of all the benign lesions of salivary glands, your mucus extravasation cyst is basically considered as the most common one. Alright. Now अगर मैं इसके origin की बात करूं या cause की बात करूं, तो जो आपका mucus extravasation cyst होगा, that is going to be traumatic in origin. Now, suppose if a patient has, a habit of biting his lips or cheeks, so it is gonna, traumatize the minor salivary glands which are present over there, and further, it is going to hamper the salivary glands and their ducts, and so the formation of mucus extravasation cyst takes place. All right. Now, what happens is when the minor salivary glands of the lips or the cheeks are, traumatized, there will be pooling of mucus in the cavity within the connective tissue, which is due to the rupture of your salivary gland duct and acini. All right. जैसे कि मैंने बताया आपको, ये traumatic origin का होगा. So whenever एक patient जो है उसको lip biting की या फिर cheek biting की habit होगी, तो what will happen is उस area में जो आपका minor salivary gland है, वो it is going to rupture. Also the acini and the salivary gland duct are going to be ruptured, एंड सो व्हाट विल हैपन इज वहां पे एक पूलिंग हो जाएगी म्यूकस की, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया एक्स्ट्रावसेशन और स्पिलेज हो जाएगा वहां पे म्यूकस का, दैट विल लीड टू अ सिस्ट which will be known as your mucus extravasation cyst. And lastly, the most important point under introduction category is ये जो आपका mucus extravasation cyst है, ये आपका true cyst नहीं है, because it doesn't have any particular epithelial lining surrounding the lumen. So it is not a true cyst. All right, this is to be kept in mind, and with this we are done with the introduction of your mucus extravasation cyst. Now coming to the etiology of your mucus extravasation cyst, I already told you ये एक traumatic origin की cyst है, wherein जब आपका patient को एक cheek biting या lip biting की problem होगी, तो वहां पे जो आपके salivary glands, जो minor salivary glands होंगे, the acini and their ducts are gonna rupture, and further there will be extravasation or accumulation of the content, which will lead to the formation of cyst. All right. Now also some other case which can be included are जो आपका extraction forceps है उसके वजह से जो injury होगी patient को, that will also be considered as a mucus extravasation cyst. Now when I talk about the clinical feature of the same, firstly अगर मैं location की बात करूं तो जो most common location है of mucus extravasation cyst is your lower lip. All right. The other regions which can be included are your palate, cheek, tongue and floor of the mouth. All right. Now अगर मैं age की बात करूं तो जो first 3 decades of life हैं, they are most common period wherein we see mucus extravasation cyst. Now, when I talk about the gender predilection, the studies have shown that both male and female have got equal distribution in the prevalence of mucus extravasation cyst. And finally, अगर मैं clinical presentation की बात करूं, तो it can be deep or superficial in nature depending upon the location. अब अगर मैं superficial lesion की बात करूं, तो basically clinical presentation में they are gonna appear raised, circumscribed vesicle. तो जो आपका superficial lesion होगा वो आपको एक raised सा structure, एक vesicle सा appearance आपको दिखाई देगा. And I already told you the most common location which is seen is your lower lip. तो lower lip में आप एक raised circumscribed vesicle आप देखेंगे, observe करेंगे. अब अगर मैं size की बात करूं तो ये several millimeters से लेकर सेंटीमीटर तक का वेरिएशन हो सकता है इसमें. ओके, एंड जो आपका peculiar appearance होगा, that is going to be bluish translucent appearance which will be seen in case of superficial extravasation cyst. ओके, तो एक bluish translucent सा appearance आपको नजर आएगा lower lip पे, which is the most important differentiating factor जिससे आपको पता चलेगा कि mucus extravasation cyst is present. Okay. Now अगर मैं कंटेंट की बात करूं, जो आपका सिस्टिक कंटेंट होगा, नाम से समझ में आ रहा है म्यूकस है, तो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर mucinous material which is going to be thick in consistency. तो जो आपका material होगा, that is going to be very viscous, very thick in consistency, and this is going to make the cystic content of the mucus extravasation cyst. Now moving on to the histological feature, तो सबसे पहले जो आपका extravasation cyst है वो एक circumscribed cavity होगा lined by connective tissue and the mucosa. Since this is not a true cyst, तो इसमें आप एक अलग सी epithelial lining surrounding the lumen आपको नजर नहीं आएगा. तो basically this is going to be a circumscribed cavity in the connective tissue and the mucosa. And the most important thing to be seen is there will be elevation of the mucosa, and जिसके वजह से जो आपका epithelium होगा उसकी thinning हो जाएगी. Okay. So the elevation of the mucosa will be seen along with the thinning of the epithelium over the mucosa. Okay. अब अगर मैं wall की बात करूं तो basically the cystic wall is made up of your compressed fibrous connective tissue and fibroblast. Now inflammatory infiltration में abundant number of neutrophils, lymphocytes and plasma cells आपको नजर आएंगे. And finally जब मैं cystic content की बात करूं, जो आपका lumen होगा, that is going to be filled with your eosinophilic coagulum along with variable number of cells like WBCs. So this was all about the histological features of your mucus extravasation cyst. And finally, जब मैं treatment की बात करूं, I have already told you this cyst is basically, it occurs due to the trauma of the salivary glands and their ducts. So what happens is, अगर आप simply incision कर देंगे, तो there will be spillage of the content. And जब ये heal हो जाएगा, तो that is going to, again recur and form a kind of cyst. So incision is not at all appropriate treatment plan. So what we are supposed to do is, जो आपका cyst है, उसका complete excision करना जरूरी है, along with the removal of the minor salivary glands and their ducts, so as to prevent the recurrence of the mucus extravasation cyst. So the treatment plan which we use for treating mucus extravasation cyst is your excision along with complete removal of minor salivary glands and their ducts. So this was all about the first inflammatory non-odontogenic cyst which we study under the category of salivary cyst, that is your mucus extravasation cyst. Now moving on to the next topic, that is ranula. ये जो word ranula है, it has been derived from a Latin word called rana, which means frog's belly. The appearance or the clinical presentation of this lesion is basically similar to that of the frog's belly, and that is why the word ranula has been given. Now giving you a brief description, it is a form of mucus extravasation cyst and it occurs on the floor of the mouth in association with the ducts of submandibular and sublingual salivary gland. तो जो एक peculiar, description है about ranula, since ranula एक type का mucus extravasation cyst है, but the most important feature of this lesion or this cyst is, it is mainly associated with the ducts of submandibular and your sublingual salivary gland, and that is why जो इसका location होगा, that will be on the floor of the mouth. जो आपका बाकी mucus extravasation cyst था, वो mainly it was present on the lower lip, also on the palate, cheek, floor of the mouth and all. But जो आपका major location था, जो आपका most common location था mucus extravasation cyst का, that was on the lower lip, right? But ranula की जो खास बात है, यानी ranula का जो most peculiar feature है, that is, it is present on the floor of the mouth and associated with the ducts of your submandibular and sublingual salivary glands. Now, अगर मैं इसके etiology की बात करूं, तो दो school of thoughts हैं. पहला, it is very much similar to the etiology of your mucus extravasation cyst, that is trauma. जो रीजन था म्यूकस एक्स्ट्रावेसेशन सिस्ट का, जो आपका ट्रोमैटिक ओरिजिन था, दैट मीन्स लिप बाइटिंग या चीक बाइटिंग या फिर एक्सट्रैक्शन फोर्सेप्स के वजह से जो आपका ट्रॉमा हो रहा था माइनर सलाइवरी ग्लैंड्स का, उसके वजह से म्यूकस एक्स्ट्रावेसेशन सिस्ट वाज अकरिंग. तो एक रीजन हम ट्रॉमा मान सकते हैं रैन्युला का. जो एक दूसरा रीजन है विच हैज बीन पुट फॉरवर्ड इज it is due to the blockage of the duct of those salivary glands or due to ductal aneurysm. तो basically दो reason दिए गए हैं of the occurrence of ranula. Firstly, same as that of mucus extravasation cyst, that is your trauma, and the other reason which has been put forward is the blockage of the ducts of those salivary glands and also ductal aneurysm. तो ये आपके etiology है of ranula. Now moving on to the clinical features of your ranula. Firstly, it is very rare in nature. ये जो केस है ये आपको बहुत ज़्यादा commonly observe नहीं होगा. Secondly, it develops as slowly enlarging painless mass on one side of the floor of the mouth. तो as I already told you, it is concerned with the floor of the mouth. तो अगर मैं इसके clinical presentation की बात करूँ तो ये एक slowly enlarging painless mass होगा, which will be present on one side of the floor of the mouth. Now, अगर ये large size का हुआ तो it is going to affect the tongue and the tongue is going to look elevated, okay? And large sized lesion जो होगा, that is also going to hide the salivary gland, okay? Now, if the ranula is deeply seated, तो ऊपर जो म्यूकोजा होगा दैट इज गोइंग टू लुक नॉर्मल इन अपीयरेंस. द सेकेंड वेरिएशन इज इफ द लीजन इज सुपरफिशियल इन नेचर. जो लोकेशन है अगर वो सुपरफिशियली प्लेस्ड है तो जो म्यूकोजा होगा दैट इज गोइंग टू हैव अ ट्रांसलूसेंट ब्लूइश अपीयरेंस. नाउ आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू सिंस दिस अपीयरेंस इज सिमिलर टू दैट ऑफ अंडरबेली ऑफ फ्रॉग, जो कि एक ट्रांसलूसेंट सा अपीयरेंस होता है. तो दैट इज व्हाई द वर्ड राना हैज बीन टेकन एंड देन वहां से रैन्युला वर्ड का देयर वाज द फॉर्मेशन. ओके, नाउ इट कैन आल्सो बी डिस्क्राइब्ड एज अ रेयर प्लंजिंग सुप्राहायोइड टाइप herniated through the mylohyoid muscle. So floor of the mouth has got mylohyoid muscle and वहां पे एक प्लंजिंग काइंड ऑफ सुप्राहायोइड टाइप प्रेजेंट होगा आपका रैन्युला जो है, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू हर्निएट थ्रू द mylohyoid muscle present on the floor of the mouth. So this was all about the clinical feature of ranula. Now coming to the histological features of ranula, तो अगर मैं histological features की बात करूं तो ranula का जो histology है microscopically it is similar to that of your mucus extravasation cyst, and sometimes a definite epithelial lining is also present, and that is why ranula is considered as true cyst. So this was all about the histological features. अब अगर मैं ट्रीटमेंट की बात करूं तो either marsupialization or more often excision of entire submandibular gland is done, and occasionally the lesion recurs if the entire sublingual gland is not excised with the lesion. So basically what we have to keep in mind is, since it is a kind of true lesion, kabhi-kabhi एक definite epithelial lining is also present, so complete removal of the lesion along with the gland is to be done, and not only the incision, and that is why excision or marsupialization is basically done so as to treat your ranula. The main point which is to be kept in mind is जो आपका salivary gland है और उसका duct है, it has to be entirely removed so as to prevent the recurrence of the lesion. So this was all about ranula, which is a kind of or the variant of your mucus extravasation cyst. Coming to the last cyst of today's discussion, that is your mucus retention cyst. अगर आप इस word को observe करें तो the name is mucus, that is the content will be mucinous in nature. The second word is retention, that means there will be some kind of retention which will lead to the formation of cyst. All right. So the other terms which we use for mucus retention cyst are your mucocele, your mucus retention phenomenon, retention mucocele, salivary duct cyst, and also oral cyalocyst. All right. Now your mucus retention cyst is basically a kind of true cyst which has a definite epithelial lining surrounding the lumen, and also it is very much rare in nature. Now the etiology or the reason is basically the obstruction or constriction of the salivary gland duct, which causes retention of the saliva and also further leads to ductal dilatation without rupture. Now what happens is, अगर मैं इसकी etiology की बात करूं तो सबसे पहले एक जो salivary gland का duct होगा, that will have obstruction or constriction. जो आपका salivary gland का duct होगा, that is going to have some kind of obstruction or constriction, okay, present, जिसके वजह से क्या होगा, there will be retention of the saliva. ओके यहाँ पे आपका जो म्यूसिनस सलाइवा है दैट इज गोइंग टू रिटेन, और इसकी रिटेंशन हो जाएगी, इसकी अक्यूमुलेशन हो जाएगी along with ductal dilatation. यहाँ पे some kind of ductal dilatation will also be seen, and the best part is इस ductal dilatation के वजह से there will not be any kind of rupture which will be seen, which will be present. So this was all about the pathogenesis of your mucus retention cyst. Now coming to the clinical features of mucus retention cyst, अगर मैं age की बात करूं तो it is basically seen in adults and old age. Now location में both minor and major salivary glands are affected, and most commonly parotid gland जो होगा वो आपका affected होगा. Now clinical presentation में it is basically slow growing, fluctuant and painless swelling. Okay. जब ये minor salivary gland को affect करेगा तो basically the lesion will be present in floor of the mouth, buccal mucosa and lip. All right, because majority of the minor salivary glands are present in these regions. Now अगर lesion जो होगा that is going to be superficial, तो आपको appearance में एक bluish vesicle नजर आएगा. And whereas अगर deeper lesion होगा तो जो overlying mucosa होगा that is going to be absolutely normal in appearance, but there will be a nodular firm consistency will be present. जो आपका lesion होगा that is going to be nodular and firm in consistency. All right. So these were the clinical features of your mucus retention cyst. Now coming to the histological features of mucus retention cyst. तो जो आपका mucus retention cyst है that is a kind of true cyst. That means it is going to have a proper epithelial lining which surrounds the lumen. All right. Now अगर मैं lining epithelium की बात करूं तो it is uniformly thin non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Sometimes cuboidal or columnar cells can also be present. Now म्यूकस सिक्रेटिंग सेल्स जो होंगे वो भी कभी कभार ओकेजनली आपको नजर आएंगे. ऑल्सो ओकेजनली द लाइनिंग एपिथेलियम अंडरगोज ऑन्कोसाइटिक मेटाप्लेजिया. जो आपका लाइनिंग एपिथेलियम होगा उसमें आपको ऑन्कोसाइटिक मेटाप्लेजिया यानी कि जो आपका सेल डिफरेंशिएशन होगा दैट विल बी डिफरेंट और एबनॉर्मल देन द यूजुअल सेल टाइप. सो ऑन्कोसाइटिक मेटाप्लेजिया कैन ऑल्सो बी सीन and it exhibits papillary folds. Now this is something very important. This is your papillary fold. तो ये जो आपका point है that is something to be kept in mind. Sometimes occasionally what happens is जो आपका epithelial lining है उसमें आपको जो epithelial cells हैं they undergo oncocytic metaplasia, okay, and they exhibit papillary folds and sometimes these can be similar in appearance with low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma and also Warthin's tumor. Now low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma has got mucus secreting cells in it and Warthin tumor में जो आपका most particular peculiar character है that is your infoldings, papillary infoldings, है ना. तो जब भी आप डिस्टिंग्विश करेंगे या जब भी आप डायग्नोज करेंगे हिस्टोलॉजिकली तो यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड इफ यू आर like identifying it correctly or not, because it may somewhat look similar to your low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma because of the presence of your mucus secreting cells, or it can look similar to that of Warthin's tumor, which is a salivary gland tumor, which we are going to discuss in further lectures. So because of the presence of papillary folds, because जो आपका papillary folds हैं that is basically seen in Warthin's tumor. So बहुत ही ज़्यादा we have to keep this in mind while analyzing the histological section or examining the histological section, if we are identifying it correctly or not, because it may be low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma and not mucus retention cyst, or Warthin's tumor and not mucus retention cyst. Now अगर मैं oncocytic metaplasia के basis पे इसको मतलब differentiate करूं तो basically we have got 3 variants. Okay, the first variant is true mucus retention cyst, जिसमें कि जो आपका lining epithelium होगा that is going to be non-oncocytic epithelium. इस lining epithelium में you will not see oncocytic metaplasia. Okay, so this will be your true mucus retention cyst lined by non-oncocytic epithelium. Now the second variant will be your reactive oncocytic cyst. Now this particular epithelium will be having oncocytic metaplasia. Since it is reactive in nature, it is a kind of reactive epithelial cell. So that is why your reactive oncocytic cyst will be having your oncocytic metaplasia. All right. Now the third and last variant is your mucopapillary cyst with a papillary multicystic growth, एंड ऑल्सो म्यूकस मेटाप्लेजिया। नाउ जैसे कि नाम से समझ में आ रहा है, जो आपका थर्ड वेरिएंट है दैट इज योर म्यूकोपैपिलरी सिस्ट। Now it is going to have something related to muco, that means mucus cells. So in this case you will have mucus metaplasia, and also the term is papillary cyst, that means it will have a papillary multicystic growth pattern. Okay, so in short ये जो आपका थर्ड वेरिएंट है on the basis of oncocytic metaplasia, so this variant is known as mucopapillary cyst, which is going to have a papillary multicystic growth pattern along with mucus metaplasia. So these were the three variants of, the epidermal cells lining the lumen on the basis of oncocytic metaplasia. Now the next point says about the lumen of the cyst, which is filled with eosinophilic material which is positive for mucin. I already told you जो आपका mucus retention cyst होगा that will contain eosinophilic coagulum as the content, okay, and it is going to be positive for your mucin. Now the most important thing to be kept in mind is your connective tissue will be free of inflammatory cells. जैसे कि दूसरे cysts में जो आपका inflammatory cell infiltration हुआ करता था, which consists of lymphocytes, neutrophils, plasma cells. So इस case में your connective tissue is not going to be filled with inflammatory cells, and it will be free of these cells. And the last point which is to be kept in mind is care should be taken while distinguishing the lesion from low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma and Warthin's tumor. I already told you your it can be look identical to low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma because of the presence of mucous cells in the epidermal lining, and also it can look similar to Warthin's tumor because of the papillary infoldings. So the most important thing to be kept in mind with the histological point of view is care should be taken while distinguishing these lesions from low grade mucoepidermoid carcinoma and Warthin's tumor. So with this we are done with the histological features. Now when I talk about the treatment, I already told you such lesions they have high chance of recurrence if only incision is done and the content mucus content is removed. So as to prevent the recurrence, proper excision of the cyst along with the associated gland is to be done. Okay, the duct are to be removed. Okay, if the cyst is associated with any major salivary gland, so depending upon the extent, total or partial gland removal is to be done. So I'll again repeat, जब आप normal incision करके cystic content को remove कर देते हैं तो higher chances are there कि जो आपका lesion है वो वापस heal होने के बाद it is going to recur, वापस recurrence हो जाए. So इस चीज को prevent करने के लिए what we can do is जो आपका basically जो आपका retention cyst है और उससे एसोसिएटेड जो कि डक्ट और ग्लैंड है उसका आप कंप्लीट रिमूवल करें और प्रॉपर एक्सिजन करके सिस्ट को एंड एसोसिएटेड ग्लैंड को, जो भी माइनर सलाइवरी ग्लैंड या मेजर सलाइवरी ग्लैंड है उसका आप रिमूवल करेंगे. एंड इफ जो आपकी सिस्ट है वो एक मेजर सलाइवरी ग्लैंड से एसोसिएटेड है तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द एक्सटेंट, कितना एक्सटेंसिव है, उस बेसिस पे आप पार्शियल या टोटल रिमूवल ऑफ ग्लैंड करेंगे. तो बेसिकली ये जो एक्सिजन है, दिस इज द ट्रीटमेंट प्लान फॉर योर म्यूकस रिटेंशन सिस्ट. एंड विद दिस वी आर डन विथ दिस टॉपिक. So this was all for now. If you liked the video, do like and share. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me in the comment section. Thank you so much.